I always say on this channel that a lot of the MPs that we have are basically just a waste of time, waste of money, waste of taxpayers' money. We are funding their lifestyle, and they either go against democracy. People like the Labour MP Ben Bradshaw, who spent the last few years trying to stop the will of the people in Brexit referendum, are also the same sort of people who have no respect for British democracy and the electorate and taxpayer who actually put them there. He had a bit of a meltdown yesterday because Boris Johnson didn't resign over having not even cake. It was Tesco sandwiches and some orange juice and apple juice for his birthday in his office. That was weird. One of the worst birthday parties I've ever seen. But he had a meltdown on Twitter saying, "Apologies to my constituents who may have wished me to be in the chamber today, but I couldn't be in the same physical space as that man and the craven the Tory MPs keeping him there. I have full confidence in the decency of the British people to correct that at the next election. Your job is simply to be in the chamber. We pay your salary to be there and do your job. Man up." I know we can't say that anymore, but man up. Because it's not nursery, it's not preschool. You're an adult, you're a grown-up adult, and you have to be there to debate. You have to be there to actually hold the government to account. You're supposed to be the opposition. But we have no actual expectations when it comes to people like Ben Bradshaw, because he's the sort of person who spent the last few years hanging out with the group of people who were doing their best to go against the British people. And it was literally everything they were doing was anti-democracy and anti-British liberalism and anti the values that we have in this nation. Now, the problem we have is that he also was added to the list of those lefty Ramonas who lost their mind after Brexit happened, after the referendum result, but also after when we actually left the European Union. He went on a bit of a rant when he was in Parliament a couple of years ago about how basically Russia and Putin did Brexit, and it goes hand in hand. This was really weird. Just watch this.
I don't think we have even begun to wake up to what Russia is doing when it comes to cyber warfare. Not only their interference now proven in the American presidential campaign, probably in our own referendum last year. We don't have the evidence for that yet, but I think it's highly probable. Certainly in the French presidential election, they will be involved, and there are already serious concerns in the German Secret Service that Russia is already interfering in the elections coming up. We've got to wake up to this. When are we going to wake up to this?
So, firstly, he implied that Putin essentially elected Trump, which was already proven to be incorrect. Secondly, he also accused Brexiteers of working with Putin or allowing Russia to interfere with the referendum results. Seriously, do you have any respect for the British voters? Do you have any understanding of how this country, how the electoral system works, and what was the mood in the country? People wanted to leave the European Union. Simple. Because you guys were not convincing. Your campaign was terrible. Your institution, the European Union that you were defending, was terrible. And people just wanted to take back control. Simple. It had nothing to do with Putin. Nothing. So Ben Bradshaw, who decided not to turn up yesterday to hold Boris Johnson to account, he needs to basically grow up. Because you are getting paid a lot of money to be there. I mean, I'm not his constituents, I'm not even a Labour supporter, so I'd rather if he doesn't turn up anyway. But this is a waste of time, waste of money. We need to reduce the size of the House of Commons. We are spending so much money on bureaucracy, and we need to get our money back. Simple. We're going to come back in half an hour with another episode of Disrupt at 6 p.m. on my TC, and we are the media.